Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading for September 25th to October 1st. This is for Capricorn and Capricorn Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional occultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading. Capricorn, I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So, Capricorn, this is a week. This is a really big week, and you are going to let something go. Now, here's the interesting thing. I want you to mark two dates. You're going to love them, okay? You're going to absolutely love them because you will. The first is actually the 25th, all right? So this is a day that Mercury trines Jupiter. So we're very lucky to have this because this is the second time this has happened this month. Trines are very auspicious, okay? And so the last time was September 4th. So you can think about around that time what exactly happened for you. But when Mercury trines Jupiter, it tends to bring good news. You could get really good news about something. There's a lot of focus on personal growth and personal development, but it's also like you just feeling more confident, you feeling being in a good place in terms of communicating what you need. It's a really good day for business deals. It's a really great day to even be very social in terms of having fun. Go out and have fun. I mean, remember, Jupiter is in Taurus in your fifth house of pleasure. All right. Now, the second day that is really amazing is on the 30th. All right. So this is when Mercury trines Uranus. So this is very different. This is kind of like a burst of creativity, a burst of innovation. That's what Uranus is. It's all about innovation and breakthroughs and even the unexpected, right? That's what Uranus does. And so this is a day where you could get really good, unexpected, surprising news. Remember, Mercury is the messenger. Right? Mercury is the planet of communication. And so what I really love about these 2 days for you, first, when Mercury trines Uranus on the 30th, I want you to think differently. I want you to feel like, think future forward, right? Think like very, very like in terms of like what you want for the future, even ideas that you have that could like really build like this foundation for you. But even still, Mercury is in Virgo. Remember, Mercury's no longer retrograde. All right. So, and Jupiter and Uranus, the two planets that Mercury's trining, are in Taurus in your fifth house of pleasure, of things that bring you joy, of even family and children and creativity, self-expression. So it's really really procreation as well. These are really great days. Okay, really great days. And Mercury again is in Virgo in your ninth house, and so the ninth house. I love the ninth house as a spirit of adventure, and you could be maybe planning a long distance trip. You could be going on a long distance trip. If you're writing a book, you could hear good news around this time. You could have a lot of insight around this time. It rules ninth house rules publishing as well, and spirituality. So you could just have these like really great intuitive moments that help you communicate what you need and get you the things that you want. But I really love these 2 days, so mark them in your calendar: the 25th and the 30th. Now, this is the week of the full moon in Aries. This is big. All right. It's not going to feel like the other full moons that we've recently had. This one's going to feel more like an eclipse. It's not an eclipse. I want to make that clear. Next month is eclipse month. We have 2 eclipses, but this is going to feel like one. That's how game changing it is. It's really big. And what it is doing, it's really this purge. It's really okay, I got to get rid of this thing in my life. I really got to change this in my life. I really got to let this go. Now, this is the full moon in Aries, happens to be in your 4th house. All right. So this is home. This is home. All right. This is even relationships. Remember, Venus was retrograde, where everyone was reconsidering, rethinking their relationships and partnerships. But so Capricorn, there could be you could be moving. Okay, you could be moving, thinking about moving. You could be thinking about even leaving a relationship, partnership. But that also, with what's going on, the fact that Mars is in Libra in your 10th house of career, a lot of y'all could be changing careers. Like there's gonna be something where you're just like, okay, I've really got to let this go. I've really got to say like, sayonara. I can't even say the word. I can't say sayonara. But it's also like a time where it's even like if there's been like a little like Mars in Libra. Remember, I said my September forecast. Mars doesn't like being in Libra. Mars is the ruling planet of Aries, and we have this full moon in Aries. So there could have been a lot of like challenges or not seeing eye to eye with certain people. So it could be like also a time of like letting go of grudges, letting go of like letting bygones be bygones, letting the water flow under the bridge. But this is really a big time of release, okay? Letting something go. That is like really, really the big thing. I do love that Mars and Venus are doing like the like a TikTok dance in the sky. Like they're pretty close. I love that. So it could be the beginning of a new relationship. It could be something that is going to be very, very nice for you. Again, however it resonates with you, okay? When I say relationships, one-on-one relationships, career, love, romance. So in any case, there really is going to be a lot of focus for y'all on family and career, but just think pleasure. It's time to just have fun, okay? And it will be a week of that. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Capricorn and Capricorn rising, if you know your birth chart. And this week, I would recommend your moon and your Venus, because Venus is very active. That's one other thing that I forgot to mention. On the same day of the full moon in Aries, we have the last Venus squaring Uranus. Now, we've had a couple of these throughout the summer. And so these are those breakthrough moments. So this is also adding to the full moon in Aries in terms of like this breakthrough, like what I'm going to release, what does not bring me pleasure anymore, what doesn't make me happy anymore, what doesn't emotionally fulfill me. And so remember, this is happening the day before, or the day before Mercury trines Uranus. And remember, I said Uranus is all about breakthroughs. So this is going to be a game-changing week for sure. Okay, so Capricorn, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you for October 25th. Oh my gosh. September 25th to October 1st. My head is already in October. It's so funny. Can you believe we're there, by the way? It's pretty amazing that this year, I feel like, it's just flown by. These eclipses are going to come like crazy in no time. And they're actually good eclipses. They're really, really nice eclipses. So when I say life-changing, like, yeah, your life is changing. And it possibly already has starting with like this summer, okay? Even as far as back as spring. But Capricorns, y'all have had a lot of changes. And then there's some really big aspects next month, but let's get to it. Capricorn, look at this. Look at you. Oh my goodness. How do you do this all the time? Wow. Okay. So you're good. You're good. In fact, when I think about your last week's reading, it was one of those. It's like you definitely, something new is happening for y'all. Something new, okay? And now we see it here. So let's go ahead and get started. You got the Two of Wands, okay? The only card in your spread that is not a major arcana or core card. All right. So this is just saying this is going to be a very significant week for you. Okay. Now, this came up in your past. And so the Two of Wands is great. It's almost like, what's next? Okay. So you've made all these achievements. You've conquered the world at this point, your world. And it's like, what's next? What's next? What do I need? It's all about planning. Okay. All about planning. You've been doing a lot of that. All right. Whether it is family, whether it is career, what resonates with you. Okay. It could be a lot of y'all, like I said, like a lot of focus on career, especially with Mars in Libra, just kind of like pushing that into your, like emphasizing that for you, but this is all about planning your next step. Okay. This is, interestingly, this is Mars in Aries, or attributed to Mars in Aries, but it really is all about taking action in terms of planning, in terms of knowing what you want to do, where you want to take your life. Ones are very, invigorating. They're all about your passions, right? Ones, they're all, they're your passions, your ideas, creativity, but also very work related to enterprise, work, career. So there's a sense of you just like, okay, this new, I want the new, and you're planning it now. And the harder your spread, you got the Page of Cups. So when I say there's something new coming, oh yeah, oh yeah. And I'm getting the impression some of y'all are already experiencing it and know it. Okay, so that's really great. But with the Page of Cups and the Heart of Your Spread, pages are newbies. Okay, they're really, I really love what's happening here because two reasons why. The Page of Cups is very Piscean, okay? Very Piscean. You can even see the fish, coming out of the cup. And he is very imaginative, and, all he wants to do is follow his bliss. Now, remember, pages are also the messengers. And so, remember what I said. This is a week where you could be getting these surprising news and very good news as well. So keep that in mind. So that's going to be very nice. And the cups are all about emotions and feelings and even love and wonderment and whatnot. But the other great thing is, remember how I said he's very Piscean. Remember, Saturn, your ruling planet, is in Pisces right now in your third house of communication. So this is a kind of like a really big thing that's happening. But there is a sense of you now, something new's coming into your life, and you're going to start, it's going to be very nice for you. A lot of y'all, it's going to be like relationships. All right. So there's like something that's ending, something new beginning. It's going to be relationships, partnerships, whether in work, whether in career, whether in business, whether in love, whether in romance. I mean, what resonates with you, right? That's it, because it's all about being emotionally fulfilled and just following your bliss at this point, really following your bliss, and really being in tune with your intuitive side as well. That is a big thing, because remember I said Mercury is in Virgo in your ninth house of spirituality, and there is that sense of like growth and development, and he is very intuitive. Okay, he's the Page of Cups is cups are intuition as well. Now you did get the Justice card in your challenge area, so there could be a sense of again, something that you may have to think about letting go, that is possibly relationship, partnership related. Okay. And you've got to let this one thing go to let this new thing come through. All right. Justice, by the way. And the reason I say that is because Justice is ruled by Libra, which, is the native ruler of partnerships and relationships. But there is, again, with Mars in Libra in your 10th house, a lot of it could be career related, all right, for a lot of y'all. But, with the full moon in Aries, that is your 4th house, your domestic sector. So it could be a relationship in love and romance as well. But there is something that it's karmically, you may be questioning a lot of things about it as well. But do it, like, again, if you have a lot of questions around this time, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Okay. That is what's going to get you through. That's what's really going to help this week, because you really want to always work with your karma. There's such a big attachment to karma here. And so if you trust your intuition, because you do see that, the judge sits between the two columns, the two gray columns, gray and tarot's wisdom. All right. So this is going to allow you to have that deep wisdom that you may be seeking this week. All right. There also could be, I'm not going to lie, there could be or have been a separation or a divorce, but it's again, it's like it needed to happen. Okay. And I can only assume there's going to be a comment or two about like, well, that's not very good. Well, I know a lot of people who have gotten divorces and now they're with their true loves, right? Why would you want to be in a relationship that's not going to work out for you and you're not happy in it? So for a lot of Capricorns, there may be some ending of some relationship, but in a bigger way, like a divorce, especially because we're talking about a judge here. Okay. So like a legal matters as well. But also career, like the changing, like signing a new contract, right? But you did get the devil in your crown. All right. So interestingly enough, this is your card. Okay. The devil is ruled by Capricorn. So there is something that you're thinking about that is not good for you, that you need to let go. Something, the devil represents everything that you think that the devil would represent. Okay, vices and pessimistic thinking and things that are holding you back, and addictions is a big thing as well. So really think about that. It is that you can see the two people here chained to the devil, but the chains are loose. They can break free. And I'm getting a really big feeling of like it's almost like, especially with the devil in your crown, it's almost like this energy vampire, right? This, and you can even see the bats on, anyway, the bat wings, but it's like you're thinking about this thing that you have to let go, something that may not be good for you. So I want you to identify that, just so you can have, again, like I said, if you have a lot of questions, if you've been thinking about a lot of things, when you really sit there and think about it, then you will have answers. When you have answers, you can work on solutions, right? And so the devil, like, it can be, just something that you have to release during the week of the full moon in Aries, where it's time to release something. Okay, but it's only going to serve you better. Remember, you have the Page of Cups and the heart of your spread. All right, so that's always a beautiful thing. And then also you got the Empress again. You if you are new to my channel, all my readings are a continuation of the last week's readings, because that's what life is. We're constantly evolving, right? And also I throw in those astrological aspects, but even still, if you remember last week's reading, the Empress in the heart of your spread. Now it's in the root of your spread, so you're feeling it. You're really feeling it. There is, the Empress is a goddess and ruled by Venus, which is really absolutely amazing. So again, there is, and Venus is all about love, all about romance, money, okay, beauty. I think about it's sex, right? That's what I said earlier with Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus in your fifth house. That is sex as well. And actually it overlaps because Venus is currently in Leo, okay? And Venus is direct now, okay? And so the eighth house also rules sex too. So you have the two wheels in your, or the two houses in the zodiac wheel that have that element of sex to it. And the Empress does live life through passion, okay, and pleasure and sensuality and sexuality. And remember, again, fifth house is all about pleasure. So I love that she was in the heart of your spread last week, and now she's in the root of your spread. So a lot of it is just what's fueling you this week is this sense of like, again, what's happening up there, all right, of what do I have to eliminate to bring pleasure into my life and live life through sensuality and sexuality and your sexuality, like what is going to, especially in terms of romance and love. But it's also just this abundance in your life, this richness in your life, and all aspects of your life. Okay, she does hold the golden scepter, and that golden scepter creates all this abundance. And then also remember, 3 is the birth of new things, creation. Okay. And even like, you see that she is pregnant. So, the birth of new things is, you see the pomegranates all over her gown. That's fertility. Okay. You even see the golden wheat right here, the new crop. So 3, when I say something new, there is this sense of like, you reaching for this new thing in your life or experiencing it right now. It's something that's just you're loving now. Or it will happen this week, especially after that full moon in Aries. Okay, when you eliminate the things that are not bringing you pleasure, you got the High Priestess in your future. They're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. She's the guardian of the subconscious. So you're I mean, you have the Empress and the High Priestess, two really strong, divine, feminine. I mean, like this, by the way, the High Priestess. Remember how I talked about that wisdom with like the Justice card? Well, you do see the two pillars here, right? They do represent, like the what is it? This the Temple of Solomon, right? So you've heard the phrase like the wisdom of Solomon, like they reference like the pillars in Solomon's temple. So this is you going within and tapping into your spirituality and your intuition, and it's in your future. I mean, like you are going to be absolutely fine. I love this. And so do that too. Like there is a lot of that energy here, especially with, the Page of Cups. I said, very intuitive child here, or, young man, or whatever you want to call it. But the High Priestess right next to him, and the High Priestess is ruled by the moon. She rules the moon, okay? And this is that full moon in Aries. So really take advantage of that, of going within this week, okay? Going within to know what you want, really having those intuitive moments, okay? And using it to let go of the things that you may not need in your life, okay? Or things that you've outgrown, or things that that you have to say, like, sayonara, or even things that you're just like, okay, this is because full moons are cycles, right? And then you have the Page of Cups in the heart of your spread, so the beginning of a new cycle. So letting something go, that it doesn't even have to be a bad thing for y'all. It can be like something that's just like maybe hard or exhausting or draining, like even if it's like, if you have a child that is going off to college, or for the first time, that's like the end of this cycle, and then you begin this new cycle, right? So in any case, because it is a full moon in Aries, I am pulling clarifiers, and you're good. You're good. Okay. High Priestess, Three of Pentacles, King of Wands, you're good. I Three of Pentacles, it looks like there is a sense of again, what I said earlier, a lot of y'all starting new jobs or looking for new jobs, but also just working with people in some sort of environment. This this card is essentially like all about like success, but success working with other people. Like teamwork makes the dream work, right? And again, you have another three here, which is the birth of new things. Okay, so it looks like there's something that you are going to just, you're going to bring other people into your life, and I'm not getting it, like it can be indirectly too, like for instance, if you are let's say like writing a book or whatnot. And I wouldn't be surprised because Mercury is in Virgo, like I said, in your ninth house of publishing. There's You would work with an agent or an editor. Do you know what I mean? But like there is this true sense of like working with others for success, which I really love here. And then you get it. I mean, like you have the King of Wands right after. So the King of Wands, he's the fun king, right? He's the fun king. He's Leo, okay? And then remember, Venus is in Leo. That is actually in like your eighth house, which is also other people's resources, other people's money. So there could be like for some of y'all, inheritance or investments, like focus on that. Like there could be something coming through, or bonuses, commissions, even like maybe like your partner's income. Your partner could get like a raise or a promotion or whatnot. But it is the eighth house is all about transformation, and the King of Wands is the most transformative king. You can even see the symbol of, well, the first, you see the salamander at his feet. Okay. Back in the medieval times in like 14th century when tarot came out, they thought that salamanders were fireproof. Okay. Wands are the fire suit, by the way. Okay. And kings are fixed. So it's the king, the fixed fire sign, which is Leo. So, but anyway, there you go. You got the salamander. You got the salamander. In its throne. You see the lions, by the way, but for Leo, but you see that one right there, and it's on his cape as well. And the Ouroboros is the symbol of the snake eating its own tail, or a dragon eating its own tail. It's like this unity of all things. It's changed. It's life changing. It's you're really good. You're going to be sitting in this throne. The King of Wands is also like very entrepreneurial. Like, he is very influential. He is very inspiring. You're really good. You're good here. Actually, I love your spread. I love your spread. Just expect something new to come through, but you do have to like let something go that you know is not bringing you pleasure, to really make room for this new thing to come through. Okay, so let's get to your stuff, Capricorn. Capricorn, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. It really does help my channel grow. I also love hearing from y'all. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you, so I really do appreciate it. Did I mention that my dog is with me? And that I had such a crazy week. I am doing this on the like really early in the morning, and that's why I look like Okay, so yeah, you're good. You're good. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, you got the 8 of Wands. Okay. You got the 8 of Wands. In your crown last week. Okay. So you got the 8 of Wands in your crown. Yeah. Okay. So now it's the first card in your staff. So it's almost like you really want to get going. You really want to get going. Don't distract yourself this week. Okay. Really just go with the flow. Everything's going to happen for you. Okay. Everything is going to align for you. That's what the 8 of Wands is here for. You see the wands perfectly aligned, and they're just zipping through the air. It's one of two cards where an olive tarot where there's no figure or no person, no nothing, but just 8 wands, just right? So really love that for you. And you also got the Knight of Pentacles, okay, in your external factors area. So it looks like you're being set up for success, okay? There's almost like a plan in action, all right? Remember, we did start off with the 2 of Wands, okay? And now we're, in your external factors area, you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is really great because this is the Knight. All the Knights are very active, by the way, but you'll see that Horus is like going nowhere, right? But there's a reason for that, because this is a Knight who likes to plant his seeds, okay? Sow his seeds, reap his rewards, no matter how long it takes. So it is like there's this commitment energy, this longevity energy that comes with the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, okay? And again, it looks like a lot of y'all are moving into new career like cycles, okay? So getting a new job, or getting a promotion, or starting your own company, or starting a side hustle, or getting a new client, or even just doing something where you monetize, especially because it is a Pentacles. But you also have to remember, Pentacles are a physical reality. It's our physical realm. They're earthbound Okay. And so it could also be, again, like relationships, like what do you want to invest in at this time? All right. But it looks like there is going to be a lot of support around that. And whatever you're investing in, whatever this new thing is, whether it is love, whether it is career, whether it's a passion project, whether it's personal growth. I mean, there's whatever you're investing in right now, there you're set up for success, which is amazing. And then you get the Hierophant, okay? And so this is really, really amazing, okay? Because he is a spiritual leader, and he is, the connector between the divine, our physical realm. You can even see the two monks here. This is actually the first card in the major arcanas where other people appear other than the main figure, all right? So when you have that deep sacred knowledge, that deep wisdom, it's you become so influential. You spread it to others like these monks. I mean, who else wears a triple crown? Who's got the keys at their feet? It is the Hierophant. I'm going to show you something here. You got the pair. You got the High Priestess and the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the male equivalent of the High Priestess. He's a high priest. Okay. So you're good. You're really good. I mean, it's what you want. It's like you want a little bit more. It's like, again, Mars and Libra in your 10th house, and you are the native ruler of the 10th house, right? So Mars and Libra in the 10th house is kind of like shaking things up. So it's like you got to shake away the things that you just know, like, okay, I got to get this out of here, so you can build on this new thing, which is absolutely amazing. And he, look at standing between the two gray columns. Wisdom. Remember what I said, referencing the, Solomon's temple, wisdom of Solomon. So wisdom is like a really big thing here, but, also with a justice card in your challenge area, they're both standing between the two gray columns. And so there is a sense of like you just working karmically for that wisdom, but you have in your future, it's almost like the biggest thing you want this week, okay? To like know that you have that wisdom, know that you're doing the right thing, know that like everything's going to work out. And trust me, they will, as long as you like really, really trust your intuition, because you got the moon in your final outcome, the moon, intuition. Remember, you have the high priestess who rules the moon. And now you got the moon in your final outcome, okay? This is during the full moon in Aries. So really crazy. I love the fact that that's coming up. And then remember how I talked about Saturn and Pisces earlier? How the Page of Cups is very Piscean. Well, the moon is ruled by Pisces in tarot. And so there is, again, this sense of really there could be something that is a little like distressing and causing maybe a little bit of anxiety. If you think about like the moon during full moons, that happens. It affects us, right? It affects everybody. I mean, trace the word back to its etymological root, Luna, right? Goddess of the moon. That's where we got like lunar phases, lunar landings. If that still happens, you tell me. I have no idea. I think that they do secretly. Do they? I don't know. I would think so. You would think that, we didn't just go. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not even gonna get there. But this really is when you keep going with the word Luna, like eventually, like it was like Middle English when it went into like lunacy, right? Comes from Luna, from the moon, and especially with full moon, things get a little like crazy. It affects people, it affects animals, it affects ocean tides, it affects everything. And so this full moon, it seems like it is going to have like a big impact on you, but just don't let it get to your head. Trust your intuition, okay? Trust your intuition. You're going to be fine. If there is anything that does come up, especially if it's hard to get rid of that thing that you have to move forward from, know that any of these emotional experiences that you go through is just helping you to evolve. That's why the dog and the wolf are here. They represent evolution. Okay. And so this is, yeah, and you're going to be 1000% fine. You got the Six of Swords and the Knight of Swords. All right. So you trust your intuition. You're that little crayfish. Okay. You get to the ocean, you go see your buds or your squad, you're going to be fine. Okay. Because you did get the Six of Swords, which is all about moving forward. This is all, look at my finger. Look how turbulent the water is. Look at where they're going. Okay. It's like the Maldives. I mean, we're moving into, there's no undulation in that water. Okay. Smooth sailing from this moment forward. Remember, swords are the mental suit. All right. So communication, logic, what's happening up here, especially with the moon. And then you've got the Knight of Swords. So moving forward, knowing you're moving forward into this better headspace. But again, trusting your intuition, letting your intuition guide you. And then you're just blasting forward with the Knight of Swords. Really, really, I mean, like, come on. Come on. Knight of Swords is very... what happened? Okay, so knights are fire, swords are air, okay? What happens when you put fire and oxygen together? Whoosh, right? So it's almost like there's this enthusiasm, excitement, you being just very bold and courageous with what you're doing, with life, and like you're this new direction that you're going. Yeah, I mean, you see him actually even going into the storm. I mean, that is true, like, courage and like, I want this. I'm gonna get it. So, you're good, Capricorn. You're good. You're absolutely good. There's something new happening in your life. You have a lot of intuitive, trusting your intuition, letting your intuition guide you this week is a big message. But you're absolutely, I mean, you're great. There's something new happening for you, and a lot of y'all, it's going to be career. But just think about like what you've invested in, okay, or what you want to invest in. It looks like there is going to be a lot of success to come with that. All right, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles here, and the High Priestess. Like all, I mean, like you're absolutely good. You're good. You will have a moment where there may be something where you could get a little like, but that's really just telling you, trust your intuition, and then that's going to guide you, and you will easily get out of that headspace. Capricorn, thanks so much for tuning in. You're amazing. I will see you. Actually, next week, I do your October forecasts. October is very different from September. We're entering eclipse season. It's going to be absolutely big. And that first eclipse is in Libra. Okay. Your 10th house of career. All right. So there's going to be, it's a good eclipse. Okay. But anyway, I won't even. We'll wait until next week. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, all that. I really want to hear from you. I love hearing from y'all. And if you're a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. I will see you next week. All right, bye bye.